This story has a lot of layers, and I had to do a lot of digging with this one to pull as much information as we got. So I'm very, very thankful. And I think the story comes out of Miami. But before we get into the details, let me let you guys know that what we're presenting, you're probably only going to see on this channel when it comes to the amount of information and the pictures and stuff that we have on here. So let me go ahead and give you guys a disclaimer, which some people are not paying attention to. This is my disclaimer, and I'll play it again before every story. Some viewers may find the following content offensive and controversial. The information in this video comes from multiple sources, including court records, official police charges, news web articles, and interviews. This video commentary also contains my personal opinions about the facts of this story. The point is to use this story as a cautionary tale in hopes of preventing tragedies like these to children going forward. Viewer discretion is advised. That is your official disclaimer. Thank you very much, DJ Just J. And yes, boys and girls, put your big girl drawers on, put your big girl panties on, put your big boy drawers on. Let's dive right into this story. And a 24-year-old mother, and I'm getting this from lawandcrime.com. They do an amazing job. Thank you for the article. A 24-year-old mother in Florida has been arrested after police say that she admitted, and we have this on tape. If you guys want to hear the 911 call, I will play it, and that'll be the first video I play it. We have the 911 call so you can hear that this is true and factual information. She's been arrested after she admitted to stabbing her 3-year-old daughter to death inside of their Miami Beach apartment. Here's the wild thing about Miami Beach. In October, I was in Miami Beach for what? 3 days? I was in Miami Beach for 3 days. Beautiful city, beautiful area. It's slightly different than Miami. It's kind of its own little thing outside of Miami. So we didn't even get a chance to go and hang out in Miami. I spent all my time when I was in Florida in Miami Beach. I don't think I ever saw this woman while I was there or nothing like that. But man, it just really breaks your soul when it's just like, it don't have to come to this. It never has to come to this. And why are you having children? There's no reason for you to have children, ma'am. It was a choice, and you did not have to do this. Her name is Jalissa Amoya Baxter. And I know her name is Jalissa because I think she said her own name. And she was taken into custody on Tuesday and charged with 1 count each of first-degree murder and aggravated child abuse resulting in great bodily harm, according to documents reviewed by Law and Crime. According to a probable cause affidavit from the North Miami Beach Police Department, officers responded to a call regarding a child that had been stabbed and killed by the mother. The caller then disconnected the line. The call came in at approximately 2 a.m. on December the 27th, and police arrived at the residence located on the 1000 block of Northeast 163rd Street. Upon the callback of the NMBPD dispatcher on a recorded line, she made contact with the defendant, who identified herself as the defendant, Jalissa Baxter, in the affidavit, or according to the affidavit. When asked what happened, Jalissa stated that she had killed her 3-year-old daughter. When asked how she killed her daughter, the defendant replied she strangled her at first, but when that didn't work, she stabbed her in the neck and the chest. Initially, they didn't even want to show photos of the little girl. This little girl is not with us anymore. I don't know what the problem is with at least allowing us to pay homage and tribute to this baby who lost her life to a very idiotic mother who clearly has time to beauty herself up and make herself look like this, like some type of model. And then you treat your child like, and I'm going to tell y'all something. I didn't even think about this, and this is why I believe that makeup is the devil. I don't like makeup. I don't care who wears it. Makeup is stupid. To go from looking like this to looking like that, it's just like, damn. Sheesh. To go from this, false advertising, talk about buying that box of cornflakes, and then you turn around and get you a a bag of Wheaties. This is not, ma'am, this is not what I paid my money for. Good Lord. Wow. I don't know what happened to her face between when this incident happened and when she got arrested, but goodness gracious. And I say that she's trying to be a model because I actually believe, if I'm not mistaken, I got a number of stories up here. I think she was trying to be a model, if I'm not mistaken. And I think that she actually was like, let me see. Is this correct? I think it is. Let me see. Yep. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let me show y'all a model picture of her. Since she wants to be a model, we're going to give her her 5 minutes of fame. If y'all are listening, please click that thumbs up. Share this video. Not a bad looking picture. I say it's false advertising because her skin don't really actually look like that. But if it did, it'd be very nice. It's pretty skin. At least a skin color. It's not really what she looks like, apparently. Let me show y'all something that I thought was a little more interesting. Because I know there's a lot of women who claim to be models that just take good looking pictures and just call themselves models. She actually has a YouTube channel. How about that? And the channel is actually still up. She claims to also be a health coach. A health coach. Y'all can look this up for yourself. And that little squatting video that you guys see down there, that's literally her. And maybe some of y'all fellas out there, some of y'all fellas are listening. And y'all see these women that be going to the gym, and you see they go in there to have somebody film them so they can show how fat their ass is, right? They do all of these different exercises like, ooh, get an angle of my ass here, and then, ooh, okay, now get an angle of my ass over here, and that way I can post it on social media and everybody can see my ass and then say, ooh, we're glad you working out, girl. You look good, girl. Advertising your butt. Now, as far as the cuisine, as far as eating healthy, she has an Instagram, if you guys are interested, under Jalessa Curvy Fit. And I'm going to tell y'all, it's pretty interesting. And that bottom right picture, how she went from nothing to something, was a huge difference. Because I'm going to tell you, I'm going to tell y'all something about me. I'm going to share a little secret. And that bottom right hand picture right there, in the left portion of the bottom right hand picture, if she looked like that, I probably wouldn't have talked to her at all. But if she would have looked like the one on the right hand side, there's a chance I might have talked to her. Big difference. And that's just a shame. Just, my God. She just looks very terrible. Anyway, let me tell you more about her terrible actions being a terrible looking woman. Baxter also allegedly told the emergency dispatcher that she was wearing a white robe. Upon arriving at the scene, and y'all saw the police up there. Let me go back. Let me get that one off of there. Police got there, and first responders say that they made contact with Jalessa, who was allegedly in the living room of her apartment still wearing the white robe. NMB PD officers also observed the body of a small black female laying on the ground with several deep stab wounds to her chest, neck, and face, the affidavit states. The child was deceased upon police arrival. Medics with the Miami-Dade Fire Rescue were dispatched to the address where they pronounced the toddler dead on the scene. Authorities said that they recovered the knife used to stab the victim, which was located directly next to the child's body, and impounded the weapon as evidence. Shortly after authorities arrived at Baxter's home, she was taken into custody. During a subsequent interview with investigators, police say that Baxter invoked her constitutional rights and was charged accordingly. So she tried to say that I know my Miranda rights and I'm not going to give y'all any further information. All the while, she already gave them everything that they needed to know in a 911 phone call. Do y'all want to hear that? Y'all want to hear the 911 call? I'll play it. She was processed and transported to Turner Guilford Knight Correctional Center, where she's currently being held with no bond, according to jail records. Those records show further that Baxter was marked as a hold for immigration, with the bond in that case yet to be set, because I think she's some type of foreign descent. I don't know what it is. I don't even care. Several neighbors reportedly told Salt Lake City Fox affiliate KSTU that Baxter had recently been going through a hard time financially and claimed that her water had been turned off recently. I have a question. How many of you guys have ever had your water cut off, your electric cut off, your cell phone cut off, and you decided to grab a knife and kill a child, let alone your child? Did you think about killing someone when that happened? When they cut your precious cell phone off? Maybe turned your electricity off? How many of you guys have ever thought about, okay, they turned my internet off and y'all been here with me when my actual live stream has messed up, when they accidentally cut my internet off. Somebody went out and accidentally was working on something and it messed up my internet. I didn't think about going out there to go take a knife and go cut nobody in the chest. Just can't be this level of dumb. I don't care where she's from. She needs to pay for what she did. Let me give you guys the fair usage. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. Now, before I play that, I'm just curious, does that not fall under the category that I like to call hashtag babies for benefits? So apparently the child wasn't allowing her to have free rent, free electricity, and free water. Oh, okay, so this child is not going to benefit me? Okay, so I'll just kill the child. That's the epitome of what I mean when I say babies for benefits. She didn't love this child. She didn't care about this child. And those pictures that y'all saw of her flaunting this child around, like this. Oh, that's to get her attention. That's to get her likes. That's to get her hearts and comments. She didn't love that child at all. Here we go. Let's listen to that 911 call.
Hello?
Hi, this is Operator Brown from the North Main Beach Police Department on a recorded line. Did you call for the police?
Yes.
Okay, what is your name?
Jalissa?
Ulissa?
Jalissa Baxter.
Jalissa, hi. Can you tell me what's happening there?
Yes, I just killed my daughter.
How old is your daughter?
3.
Is there anyone else in the house?
God?
And how did you kill your daughter?
I tried strangling her. That didn't work, so I stabbed her with a knife in the neck and chest.
And what area of the house is she in?
She's on the floor in the living room.
Do you still have the knife?
I do.
Is it in your hand?
No.
Can you tell me what you're wearing, Ulissa?
A robe.
What color is your robe?
White.
Is there any way I can get you to speak to the officer, Jalissa? Okay. Tell me where you are so I can have the officer speak with you.
I'm in the living room.
Okay. I'm going to speak with the officers, okay? Just give me one moment, okay?
Okay.
I'm landline with the complainant. She advised she's in the living room. She's no longer armed. She's wearing a white robe.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay. Do you see the officers?
Let me open the door.
Just leave the door open and go back and sit in the living room.
Okay.
149, I'm instructing her to leave the door open to the QTA center. Sit down in the living room. Tell me how you sat here.
I'm right here.
Oh my God. 149, goodbye to the stage right through the way.
Huh?
That's the 911 call. Let me go ahead and play a couple of news videos. I'm going to cut some of these short.
Sad story to report. A murder investigation involving a child underway right now in North Miami Beach. CBS 4's Terry Hornstein is live on the scene. And what are police telling you this morning?
Yeah, this is absolutely heartbreaking. Police did confirm to us a young child is dead here. That victim's mother is now in custody. A very active scene here. This is in North Miami Beach. They are calling that mother a suspect at this point. You can see investigators on the scene. They've been out here for hours at this point. Let's take you to some video here. It appears this happened inside a third-floor apartment. You can see a yellow tarp covering the door there. But we have seen crime scene investigators walking around the scene on foot here, taking pictures of really everything, cars, the ground, trying to preserve everything they can before the rain washes it away. The entire area also surrounding this scene is blocked off at this point. But again, they are focusing on a third-floor apartment here, a yellow tarp over that door. And police with North Miami Beach, unfortunately, have confirmed a young child is dead. That victim's mother is in custody. They say she is going to be taken in. She will be booked as soon as we know her identity or any more.
Mother behind bars accused of stabbing her own daughter to death.
The tragedy happening just days after Christmas, and police say she confessed to the crime. Local 10 crime specialist Bridget Matter is live in North Miami Beach with the disturbing details. Bridget.
One woman even says she saw the pair just hours before the murder took place, never thinking something like this could happen. Inside of apartment 311, police found the body of a 3-year-old little girl. She was stabbed multiple times, and the suspected killer, her own mother. 24-year-old Jalissa Baxter was arrested after investigators say she called police admitting to the stabbing to dispatch.
She's stabbing to her 3-year-old daughter.
It happened at this complex off Northeast 163rd Street in North Miami Beach. The arrest report says when police arrived, the mother was on the couch in a robe, the little girl on the floor with multiple stab wounds, and, quote, the knife was located next to the victim's body. Several neighbors confirmed the Instagram account for the suspect. It includes photos of mother and daughter. We have blurred the victim's face. Court records show there was trouble for the young mother, who was served an eviction notice earlier this month. She's now facing aggravated child abuse and first-degree murder charges. Now, if that suspect is convicted of that murder charge.
So she was being evicted. Let's see if I can get that paperwork back up here. Where is it at? Right there. She was being evicted. If she took it out on the child, then you would have to think that she was upset at the child. And what would she be upset at the child for? And this is why I believe that she probably should get a life sentence. Because she thought about what she did. She knew exactly what she did. She didn't care. Because she thought that this child would be the key to her having free rent, free utilities, and free everything. And everybody's supposed to give her. And she's this health expert, health guru, and she's exercising and squatting and showing pictures of her butt. And look, go and look at her Instagram and you will see that she's totally sane. This is not an insane person at all. She got mad at the child because I believe that she thought that this child should have got her a bunch of free stuff, and it didn't. And when it didn't, when she got that eviction notice, she said, all right, well, I'm going to just take it out on you then. Because she didn't love that little girl at all.
And more breaking news out of North Miami Beach. Authorities have identified the mother they say stabbed her 3-year-old daughter, then called 911 to tell them what she had done. Now,
like some of y'all said, now she's not going to have to worry about paying utilities or getting kicked out. She's going to have a permanent jail home, hopefully.
Living in the neighborhood want to know why and how this could happen.
It's so tragic. NBC6's Amanda Plasencia has been following.
Could have gave the child to the biological father. Could have did that. That was an option. Unless this was some type of immaculate conception, unless there was no father. But I'm assuming there was a dad that gave you semen from somewhere. Could have just gave up custody. But no, she wasn't going to do that. Wasn't going to do that. Had to hold on to them benefits.
This story and this investigation joins us live with more on what we know, Amanda.
Well, Roxy and Chris, this is just a bizarre and heartbreaking case. A 3-year-old girl was murdered, and it wasn't by some stranger. Police say that the child's own mother is to blame.
She stabbed and killed her 3-year-old daughter.
What could have led a mother to kill her own child? That's a question investigators are asking after they received an early morning 911 call from the child's mother saying she was stabbing her daughter. The child's mother, Jaleesa Baxter, has been booked into jail after her daughter was found with deep stab wounds to her chest, neck, and face. Police say a knife was found by the body. The 24-year-old has been charged with first-degree murder and aggravated child abuse. This woman who works nearby says it's incredibly sad that an innocent child was killed, especially at the hands of her mother. On Tuesday, North Miami Beach police confirmed that a 3-year-old girl was found dead inside an apartment on 163rd Street near Northeast 10th Avenue. A yellow tarp covered the horror behind the front door. The Miami-Dade medical examiner arrived on the scene to take the child's body. People who work in the area were stunned to hear what happened.
Oh my God, I have 4 kids with me, so I'm so really scared also about this situation. Please, I'm talking as a mother, I'm talking as a woman.
It's unclear what set this mother off, but public records show that Baxter was unemployed and had received an eviction notice just a few days ago.
And Baxter remains in custody. She is in jail as she has been charged with this gruesome homicide. Live in North Miami Beach, Amanda.
Now at 5, a mother who police say confessed to stabbing her 3-year-old daughter to death will remain behind bars while she awaits trial. 7's Tavares Jones has this tragic case.
The tragic fatal stabbing of a 3-year-old girl. Police say at the hands of her own mother. North Miami Beach police rushing to this apartment building located in the 1000 block of Northeast 163rd Street around 2 a.m. Tuesday.
Rescue 32, an assault, possibly a stabbing.
It's where they would find the girl's mother, 24-year-old Jaleesa Baxter, who reportedly called 911 and told dispatchers she had done the unthinkable. Baxter appearing before a judge Wednesday morning.
Good morning, Ms. Baxter. You were arrested for 1 count of first-degree murder, 1 count of aggravated child abuse. I will appoint the public defender's office for you.
Police report finding the young child near her mother inside the apartment with stab wounds to the chest, neck, and face. As police spent the day
with me, so I'm so.
You also have an immigration hold.
This
count 2 act
and taken away in cuffs. Now in jail, where she will remain.
First-degree murder is no bond. Count 2 aggravated child abuse is $10,000. Ma'am, you'll see a judge in 21 days for your arraignment. You also have an immigration hold.
This family.
Got a couple more. Let's keep going.
Right now at 4 o'clock, we are learning more about a South Florida mother accused of murdering her young daughter, the 24-year-old appearing in court today.
And we're now hearing those 911 calls for help after police say she stabbed her own baby. Local 10's Leanne Woodhong is live with the latest developments. Leanne.
And in just the last few moments, we have received those chilling 911 calls from that mother herself. We must warn you, it is hard to listen to, but she herself is the one who called 911 and told the dispatcher what she'd just done.
Jalissa, hi. Can you tell me what's happening there? Yes, I just killed my daughter. How old is your daughter? 3. And how did you kill your daughter? I tried strangling her. That didn't work, so I stabbed her with a knife in the neck and chest.
Those words from a mother, just impossible to comprehend. Meanwhile, I've just spoken with a man who says he is Jalissa Baxter's stepfather. And although he says he didn't know her particularly well, he says he did meet her at least once when Jalissa Baxter's mother was in the hospital dying of cancer. He says that just from that meeting, he couldn't tell that something so horrible would happen.
I was very surprised. I was very surprised.
The man speaking is the stepfather of Jalissa Baxter, the 24-year-old now behind bars for the stabbing death of her 3-year-old daughter.
I met her one time, and that was in August when she came to Orlando to visit her mom.
Harold Hemmings says he was married to Baxter's mother since 2018. In August, Baxter's mother was in the hospital dying of cancer. Hemmings says Baxter brought her daughter with her for a visit.
I met the child that day. She was just a healthy, running her own child.
Hemmings never believed that 4 months after this meeting, Baxter would do the unthinkable. She dialed 911 and told the dispatcher she had strangled, then stabbed her child multiple times with a knife inside their North Miami Beach apartment. Records show Baxter was sent an eviction notice just days before.
She seemed like she was a loving mama, but I think at the time she needed help. She was stressed.
Baxter appeared before a judge Wednesday morning.
That's what marriage is for. So that way 2 people can work together and raise a child. It is the way our world works, and the way raising children work. When they say it takes a village to raise a child, it is not meant for us to have a bunch of single mothers raising children. It's not meant to work that way, and it doesn't work that way for the majority of people. Why we continue to keep doing that is beyond me.
Charges
ordered held.
This is yet another example. She got stressed. That's why you killed your kid? Okay.
Without bond. Hemmings says he feels compelled to stay on top of her case out of loyalty to her mother.
That's her child, so I guess, I if I can do something, I guess I just want to do it.
And coming back out live here, you can see there is now a growing memorial outside of that door to apartment 311 where this tragedy unfolded. We can tell you that in regards to Jalissa Baxter's case, there is an immigration hold here. That is because she is a Jamaican national. We know that this case is making headlines in Jamaica, according to Harold, who's spoken to loved ones there. More to come on this story. For now, reporting live in North Miami Beach, Leanne Morejon.
Boy, she put a stain on Jamaica. And I know some great people. One of my good friends that I do some racing with, and shout out to him. Him and his wife and his people are from there. Know some great Jamaicans. But just like how when people in Texas do bad things, it puts a stain on the whole state of Texas, this puts a stain on Jamaica. It really does. And I'm going to tell y'all this. I don't think she loved this child. I personally believe that she treated this baby, this 3-year-old little girl, like a Gucci purse. She got it because she wanted people to give her compliments. She thought that it looked cute. It was expensive. You thought you could afford it. But then, when you got your eviction notice and then your water got turned off, You decided, oh, this Gucci purse ain't worth anything. It's not worth what I thought it was going to be worth. I can't sell it. I can't do anything with it. So what did she do? She took that Gucci purse and stabbed it up and made it worth nothing. She murdered her little girl because she couldn't get any more benefits off of that child. That's a selfish person. That's a person that made a conscious choice. This woman is not crazy at all. We don't need to give her any excuses. We just need to give her life in prison. And RIP to that beautiful little girl. Let me see if I get her face back up here. I was glad that we could at least pay tribute to her. Let's see if I get her back up here. Right there. Right there. That's a little bit of a bigger picture. She's a beautiful little girl, man. Young princess. As a matter of fact, if y'all don't know her name is actually Araya. And it took me forever to find that. Arya. Can we get that in the chat? RIP Araya. Beautiful little girl. Young princess RIP. Please make sure you guys like, share, subscribe to the AFC podcast. Hit that thumbs up and leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think, okay? Thank you.